that side. Okay.
Michael, so you said
We're going to be talking mostly in that direction.
You got the camera.
Okay, don't go in the circle.
Although, maybe it'll be a great day. Who knows? Get that up in the that one right there looks like a either a kitty cat or a balbon, but lobster. Oh yeah, yeah. Where to go?
Because we want to
Right. Has basically completely covered all this stuff.
Okay guys, it'd be best if you all kind of moved over this way. I'm going to try and speak as loudly as I can. I know it's hard to hear me, but we're going to try and pitch it this way.
They're just auxiliaries. That's towns. Their job is to service their spiritual. But notice they give them the other guy?
Well, the Earth's coming along.
French ladies on a memory.
Yeah.
You gotta go to some civil war.
Well, like I'm right
looks like they just slip it on.
Oh, yeah. It's all with like when you bend something, the ear clip, cups.
Real cool.
They don't hurry up soon. Start walking around. That's killing me. I'm old. I can't stand it when places go out.
Yeah, no, I do this.
I'm standing here with the mirror open.
Rosake and taxis. Scabbards off.
I forgot my phone. It's in the car.
Rosake Katapace. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Greek Phalanx. Thank you for coming out today. We are representing the ancient Greek hoplites of the city-states around the 5th century BC, so about 500 or 600 years before our next-door neighbors, the Romans. This is a period, well, Greece wasn't a state until the early 19th century. So 2,500 years ago, it was just a collection of polis. Polis meaning city-state. Greece was united by language, by religion, by culture, but politically it was divided into about 1,000 of these small city-states. The larger ones are well known to us: Sparta, Athens, Thebes, but there were many others, and each one was its own political identity, and each one raised its own phalanx, its own army of hoplites from its citizen class wealthy enough to afford their own equipment. Okay? That's why, in contrast to the Romans and most of the other guys out here, we all look different. We are not a trained army, we're a militia. We're mostly the farmers, the tradesmen, who are able to afford at least the 3 basic elements of what they called the panoply, the tools of war. And that was, most importantly, the spear, the shield, the helmet. That's why some of us only have that. That was enough to get you into your city-state's phalanx. That would give you the honor of fighting for your city-state in combat. We're going to do a brief little what we call the hoplite cycle. That's going to take you through some of the major sort of steps in the life cycle of a hoplite. We're going to start out with a document that I think should be much better known. It's called the Ephebic Oath. And it was taken by Athenian hoplites when they were being sworn into their city-state hoplite ranks. So imagine a bunch of 18-year-olds who completed some basic training, nothing very military, but basically being inducted into full citizenship of their city-state. This one is well documented. It was found on a stone stele in Attica, where Athens is located. But every city-state had some variation on this. And I think it's a remarkable document of very, very early notions of citizenship. You know, we all know Athens is the cradle of democracy, but there are other democratic city-states as well that followed Athens' example. So, I'm going to read this out, and if you imagine that instead of the seasoned veterans you see before you, this is the incoming class. This will be done once a year. A bunch of 18-year-old kids taking their place as full adults in their city's phalanx. Repeat after me. I will never bring reproach upon my hallowed arms.
I will never bring reproach upon my hallowed arms.
Nor will I desert the comrade at whose side I stand.
Nor will I desert the comrade at whose side I stand.
But I will defend our altars and our hearths.
I will defend our altars and our hearts.
Single-handed or supported by many.
Single-handed or supported by many.
My native land, I will not leave a diminished heritage.
My native land, I will not leave a diminished heritage.
But greater and better than when I received it.
But greater and better than when I received it.
I will obey whoever is in authority and submit to the established laws.
I will obey whoever is in authority and submit to the established laws.
And all others which the people shall harmoniously enact.
And all others that the people shall harmoniously enact.
If anyone tries to overthrow the Constitution or disobeys it, I will not permit him.
If anyone tries to overthrow the Constitution, I will not permit him.
But will come to its defense single-handed or with the support of all.
Will come to its defense single-handed or with the support of all.
I will honor the religion of my fathers.
I will honor the religion of my fathers.
Let the gods be my witness.
Let the gods be my witness.
All right, so you see, that is not an oath of loyalty to a king or to a chieftain. That is a manifesto of citizenship. That is a manifesto of personal responsibility to the polis at large. I think this is 1,500 years before the Magna Carta. This is 2,000 years before most of the modern democracies emerged. And it's one of the things that we find really attractive about the Greek city-states. We are formed up right now in a small version of what would have been known as the phalanx. That's our group name. It's how we fight. And as you can see, as I mentioned already, we're differently equipped. We all purchased our own stuff. People often ask about the shield blazons, what they mean. Sometimes they might have been a family symbol or a city symbol. Sometimes they're jokes. We have seen depictions of shields that have pooping dogs on the front. There's a lot of individuality. You got to understand that these guys are a militia. They're a well-born militia. They're prosperous, but they're not necessarily the aristocracy. This is not the army of the Trojan War. This is hundreds of years after that. You know, that in that heroic age of Achilles and Hector, we'd have single champions fighting individually as their armies watched and the gods watched. And this is a different dynamic. This is where the ordinary people, not the poorest, but also not necessarily the richest, just farmers able to equip themselves to take their line to fight collectively. As you can see, we're formed up pretty tightly. Proseke, andalave. Okay. Close your shield and lower your spear, slowly and carefully.
I bet you when you're doing your javelin, it's dangerous.
As you can see, this is a delicate operation, especially if you're untrained. We might be better trained than some of these guys were. So, this is how a phalanx would fight. You're fighting in a community. This is the community going to war. The call-up age is 18 to 60. So you're fighting next to your fathers, your sons, next to your brothers, everyone you know. So you wouldn't ever run in front of those people, and you couldn't really run even if you wanted to, because again, imagine we're 8 ranks deep. Imagine we're hundreds, if not thousands of files wide. You know, a large city-state could field a phalanx of 10,000 hoplites. A smaller one, maybe just a few hundred. We're formed up for, as we would be for battle. Battle mostly happened between neighboring city-states in the early part of the era that we're depicting. So these would be small wars fought with the neighbor over maybe a land dispute. There's some farmland you're fighting over. Maybe it's a matter of honor. Remember, the Trojan War started over a stolen wife. So they're not really looking for major occasions. They're looking for minor opportunities to field an army to fight. Now, these are not wars of conquest. These are wars of contest. They're trying to see who can take that, who can hold that field of battle in one day. Warfare in this great world is battle. Battle is one day, probably just a few minutes. Now, you'd be formed up in a phalanx like this, and then the next step would be that the seer, the montes, the sort of the priest, if you will, of the city-state will come forward and make an offering to the gods. I'm going to let my colleague here, John Dionysadorus, explain what that was for and what it meant. Rosake, Angalabe, spears up. Angalabe, keep your shields up, spears up. And that's a base, round your arms.
All right. What did you just witness? It's a great thing to be alive. It's a great thing to have lung in our air, air in our lungs, water to drink, food to eat. These things do not come from nowhere. They come from gifts, gifts delivered by the gods, gifts delivered by the divine. There must be recognition that you exist in an ecosystem, a network, all interdependent on each other. Without the gods, without the sacred dead, we would not eat. The grain grows from the ground. In the ground we put our dead. In the ground we pour blood. Any animal that was to be eaten in ancient Greece must be ritually sacrificed, religiously sacrificed with honor and ceremony. Any offering of food or water or prayer was a gift back to the gods, because we cannot just take. We cannot just receive. We must give back. And by giving back, we participate in the reciprocity. That is the natural law, what the Greeks called cosmos. It's where our word cosmo comes from, cosmic, cosmopolitan even, for the Athenians. The idea is that you exist in a larger pattern. The word cosmos means pattern. The Greeks recognized the pattern of life and participated in that, in full. Typically, when you would sacrifice an animal, that you can only do so ritually, and that's when you would consume meat. The sacrifice that I have performed is called a spagia. It's a very specific ceremony. It is only performed prior to battle. It is given as a gift to the gods, and depending on how the animal dies, they also might remove its organs. If you come by after we do our demonstration here, we can speak more about that at our display table. They would then inspect those organs for signs. They would look for how the blood poured out. What are they doing? Again, they recognize that the universe exists in fractals. From the microcosmic to the mesocosmic on our level to the macrocosmic. These are all Greek words. The microcosmic is recognizing that in the pattern of the animal itself, the land it is subsisted off of, the land that is provided to you by the gifts of the gods, you can read signs and interpret then the patterns around us on our level, and then the patterns in the greater sphere above us. So this is why we perform the sacrifice, usually done immediately before marching into battle. And if the signs were not good and the gods were not therefore on your favor, they might just march home. They were serious about this. This was not symbolic. This does not represent anything. This is not abstraction. This is pouring blood into the ground for the gods and the dead to drink, so that they can then provide us with their support and in their comfort, their wealth, their bounty, and all the gifts of life. And in this case, victory and success in the battle.
Once the positive omens had been obtained, and sometimes if you really needed to fight this battle and you kept getting a negative omen, you would just keep bringing out more goats to slaughter until you got the answer you wanted. That famously happened at the Battle of Plataea, where the Spartans, under a hail of Persian arrows, just kept having to go through one sheep after the next until they got the answer and carried the day. Okay, once the sacrifice, once the spagia has been performed, the only thing for it is to start the battle cry, the battle paean, the song that was sung by the hoplites as they marched the final 100 yards or so into combat. This served three purposes. The first was just to give a certain measure, a certain rhythm to the march. armies have always marched to a certain rhythm, especially with the hoplite phalanx where the cohesion is everything. It's very important to stay together, and a song helps you do that. Secondly, to sing together, to hear your voices as one, is an incredibly inspiring and empowering thing. You want to feel like you're a tiny part of a massive single organism that's going to carry the day. And finally, and most importantly to the Greeks, the paean is itself a prayer to the gods, an appeal for their support to win this battle. But first, the strategos, the leader, and mind you, there aren't many leaders, there aren't many officers in this Greek army. There is a massive scrum of citizen soldiers, and there is one strategos, often democratically elected. Maybe it was his turn that day to be the strategos. He would lead the army into battle after giving a brief speech, which might be something along the lines of this. Brave men, you stand beside your fathers, your sons. Behind you stands your wives, our homes. Before you stands our enemy, who despoils your land and impugns your sacred honor. Drive them before us! Baby steps, guys. All right. Analabe! Lower spears. Hear us, the soldier, great Father, Lord of thunder. Hear us, you soldier, great Father, Lord of thunder. And your devised man, she's brought the storm of war. And your devised man, she's brought the storm of war. Sing to your glory, made our libations. Sing to your glory, made our libations. Slaughter the ox, and to you we burn the meat. Slaughter the ox, and to you we burn the meat. And cry-eyed Athena, focus our frenzied fury. Cry-eyed Athena, focus our frenzied fury. Measure our slow steps and guide our killing spears. Measure our slow steps and guide our killing spears. Who are the brave men to fight this bloody battle? We are the brave men to fight this bloody battle. Offer your sweet lives, step up and bear the shield. Offer our sweet lives, step up and bear the shield. In phalanx we fight, one with the strength of many. In phalanx we fight, one with the strength of many. Fathers and sons together nevermore. Fathers and sons together nevermore. Unbroken line of gleaming bronze and iron. An unbroken line of gleaming bronze and iron. Who can fear death amid such noble love? We fear no death amid such noble love. Boom! We might have gotten the whole pan in before we actually hit each other. So now to simulate the actual battle itself, we're gonna abstract things a bit. We're gonna perform. Sean and I are gonna perform our Pyrrhic dance. Now I'll explain to you what that is in a second here. All right, guys. Around the background, so close in a circle in the back, so that's around us on the back half of the circle. You can ground your arms, cut to pace, just stand by. Very flawed. So I mentioned before that the Greek hoplite was untrained, and that's generally true. Certain city-states were known for more military expertise than others, obviously Sparta, but some, including Athens, actively took pride in the fact that they didn't train for combat. They didn't train for war. They had other things to do. They had plays to write, philosophy to talk about. But when it came to time to fight, their innate strength was enough. But their innate strength was also honed by what they called Pyrrhic dances. These are military dances, and we have descriptions of quite a number of them that were performed usually competitively at festivals, gatherings, and celebrations, where young hoplites would demonstrate their martial prowess by performing synchronized dances with arms. To the extent that, you know, cohesion in a phalanx does require a certain amount of synchronicity, this was probably as close as they had to actual training. We're going to perform now a Pyrrhic dance that we developed, obviously speculatively. We don't know exactly what these dances look like. The music we're performing it to uses authentic Greek instrumentation. And what we're going to illustrate are the different phases of a typical hoplite battle. From the original, from the initial confrontation, maybe talking smack about the other guy's mom, to then enduring the hail of arrows that provoked, especially if the enemy was Persian. Then our slow advance through that missile volley until we're able to come to grips and fight, and spear fence as we call it, but fight at a bit of a distance. Then we'll switch into a form of combat that illustrates a bit more what it was like when these two phalanxes really hit each other and ground into each other in like a rugby scrum, a reverse tug of war, where you're literally trying to push the other side off the battlefield to break their line and to cause them to lose cohesion and run off the battlefield. So, and the final stage of the dance shows exactly that pursuit, where most of the killing happened, and the phalanxes were broken, when cohesion was lost, with those running, throwing away their shields, which was a great dishonor, but well worth it if it saved your life. That's the final phase of the dance. Volume. Can you take the bag off it, Marcus? Volume is on the other side. Plus sign.
Shut off.
We're going to use some technology.
This is new technology to us Greeks.
Technology of the barbarians, if you will.
Technical difficulties, folks. We're back with you.
Which apparently is a predictor of early death, so that's we have improved flexibility. Still just
Weapons malfunction. So, just to finish the thought on the Pyrrhic dancing, there were different styles of dancing depending on which city-state you were coming from. We have textual descriptions of this, where some of them are heavily armed men fighting each other. Some of them are lines of men doing more like acrobatics, depending on where you're coming from. So our interpretation is more of that heavy infantry assault that we were portraying before, and portrays that sluggish sort of deliberate movement forward. But again, since we're not trained armies, well, we're also not trained dancers. So,
Sorry, just a safety issue. I had to change spears. Okay. Basically a scarecrow made from armor peeled off the defeated dead hoplite and erected as a monument on the site of the battlefield where the tide turned, where the line was broken. Comes from the Greek word to turn, which produces our English word trophy. This is where the origin of the word trophy comes from. It's a battlefield monument after a Greek hoplite battle. The dead would be carried away, either burned on the battlefield, buried there as the Spartans did, or returned to its home polis. You've heard that expression, the Spartan mother to her son, come back with your shield or on it. Well, that's the on it. We thank you very much for watching this hoplite cycle. Invite you, if you haven't yet, to come to our camp. You can wander through, learn more about hoplites, other types of Greeks, learn about our religion, our food, and see more of the equipment up close. Happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Food truck.
We're going to go. I don't know if you want to drive or not.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
I should put video earlier last year, so I'm lazy.
Oh, that's all right, man. You shot plenty of video.
How was Greece last summer? Did you go there?
No, it was, wait. Yeah, it was 2024. Yeah.
Really?
Sorry, time. Not good.
25.
It was great. It was great. And we're going back next year.
Oh,
Do
super.
Pilos Inspectoria.
Oh.
So, yeah. Come on to the camp, though. We've got our big tent now set up, and you saw it at Loudon, but
Yeah.
come on in and we'll give you a chat.
Okay.
Not so yeah. Keep their heads down and break up their.
Keep them away from the main infantry until the charge.
Right.
So, because when you meet a rock and it bounces off the head or hitting in the ankle, you're going to start limping, or you might fall down and hurt inflammation.
With the fact of the matter, it's an ancient cross.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow, it's crazy apparently.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
So yeah, I've been looking into these bronze things.
Straight feet, roughly on Bulgarian. And Grecians were very much like they had a memorial culture. So the Greeks considered them to be barbarians, but they hired them as they were more than happy to hire them as mercenaries in their armies.
Well, great. So, I don't know what you're doing the first weekend in May, but that is our big event. That is at Fort Loudon, Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful timeline event with beautiful surroundings, an old historic 18th century fort. We get our biggest turnout for that because it gives us a lot of room to do really scenic, beautiful, tactical stuff. Like, we've got it looks like Greece. You wouldn't believe it in the foothills of the Appalachians, but it really does look, from the right angles, with the mountain behind you, it looks like Greece. So if you wanted to come out, either as a participant or just as an observer and a photographer, we would be honored to have you. And we can kit you out, no problem. Well, the best source is to take our business card here.
I got one.
Oh, you got one. Well, then that has our website on it. That's the best place to start. There's more information than can be fit on a website, and it's always changing, but that's a good place to start.
You guys are located really close to here. If you want to, I think I mentioned I live on 32 acres.
Yes.
So camping event would be quite possible.
Well, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of land is it?
Field about as big as this one, and then the rest of the 32 acres is woodland.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look much like Greece.
I mean, you know, we are filling out our calendar. We're doing about 6 events a year now, which is a big step up for us. This is kind of at the furthest southern distance that most of us are willing or able to travel. We do have guys that come up from down south, but yeah, I mean, thank you for the offer. We'll definitely consider it. But you should definitely come to and bring your fiance.
Oh yeah.
Please.
Yes. It would be fun.
That event just gives us a lot more space and time to really kind of stretch out and do more stuff for ourselves instead of just always talking to the public, which we love doing.
Yeah.
But it's sort of more of our immersive event.
John's armor was too floppy. It didn't want to actually hang from the thing, so I just put it around the base.
I'm admiring your armor.
Next time he'll be wearing his other armor.
Yeah, that's what I said. Usually he's wearing the more stiff one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. How are you, Boris?
Great.
Good to see you.
How was Greece last summer?
Oh, it was fantastic. Well, we didn't go this last summer. I just went to Greece in October to plan this Pylos event. We're doing a big Peloponnesian War reenactment on the location of Pylos and Sphacteria in the Peloponnese.
Oh, super.
Yeah. So that's going to be the big show next April.
Oh, nice. I should put this video earlier last year. It's my laziness. Lazy.
Quite all right. But yeah, were you at Loudon last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've seen our big tent. That's the big thing.
Last time it was raining, second day. So you were the last probably who left.
Yeah, that was intense. Hopefully, last year it rained every single event. Last night we had some rain, but nothing we couldn't do. I need some water. See you in a bit.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Oh, great.
They don't want to eat that.
Yeah, you cannot move fast.
Cooking image. Gods.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Come around here.
Yeah.
It looks nice. We've got some spears on display. The one I'm holding is sort of the quintessential dory. It's the Greek word for spear. As you can see, the spearhead is sort of a leaf blade shape. What's up? Oh, there's a scout. Oh, yeah, that's Andrew's. You know, sharpened on the edges as well as the tip, and then at the bottom, the Greeks had, it's called a saratar. It's the counterbalance to the spear, as well as, you know, it's got a pointy end too. Not as sharp as the spearhead, of course, but if it allows you to get, you can really hold almost all the way back at the end of the spear with one of those balances. It's good for jabbing in the ground, as a backup if your spearhead snaps off, and of course, as you walk over trampled enemies, giving them one last, you know, tap, make sure they're really dead. We've got a good counter example here, actually. This is a Persian spear. And you can see it's much shorter. It does not have a saratar. It's just got the sort of, in the text they call it an apple sometimes. Yep, sounds good.
Do you want me to fill your water?
Yeah, it's that sheepskin right there. It's not sharpened of any kind at the bottom, and the spearheads are pretty similar. I'll take this off so you can see. You know, they're very similar spearhead. There's only so many ways to shave that cat. But their balance is much worse. You have to choke up on these a lot more than a Greek spear. They've probably got, you hold the Greek spear probably about here. You'd hold the Persian one maybe about here, maybe a little back if yours is a bit better. But, you know, that's a pretty significant reach difference. So the Greeks, that's one of the reasons that the Greek hoplite had an advantage over the Persian infantrymen. Another one is we don't have any examples of the Persian shields. We probably will next year. They're a little bit looser. They're more wicker style of wood construction, whereas you can see with these, it's hard to see. We don't have any unfinished ones, but it's almost laminated wood beneath by the end of it. It's quite a thick banding inside of these aspices as well. But in general, all of this stuff, these spears, you know, the spear is the most common weapon in human history for a reason. It's very difficult to penetrate most of what a hoplite would wear. The shields, I mean, we've given it quite a bit of work over. Most of these shields barely see a dent by the end of an actual sharpened couple stabs. All these bronze cuirasses, as well as the linothoraces, are pretty sturdy as well. It's very, you're just trying to jab at, you know, exposed flesh where you can find it for the most part at the actual sword. And of course, in hoplite on hoplite combat, the casualties are usually pretty low until one side breaks and runs, and then it's, you know, a lot of injuries to the back after that. Keep on going, just follow this yellow hay. We've got cooking over there. And then inside the big tent, we've got sort of an example of a symposium, a Greek like dinner party. Yeah, any other questions? And Adam over there, the one in the horse.
Legs, no, according to what, all these historical painting pictures, the legs were not protected. Would it be that?
The legs were often pretty protected by greaves. He's got them on. Those are actually very common through most periods of Greek history.
Would it be that there was some extra equipment?
Yeah, so he's actually, he's facing the wrong way, but he's got a good example of one of the shoulder and arm guards. They're more rare for sure, but they do exist. But greaves were pretty common. You actually see the Greeks in the later periods, towards, you know, the 4th, 3rd centuries, they stopped wearing chest pieces as much because they don't need that as much as a greave and helmet and shield. Because, you know, your chest is just almost entirely covered the entire time you're in phalanx. But he's, Adam over there, sorry, he's an excellent example of a fully kitted out hoplite. I think he actually has it all on still.
There is one reconstruction online I saw. It looks like the whole harness with all this arm plate, leg plates.
There's a couple of really good, fully archaic, that's more the older period of Greek history. There's some really good examples. I would love if we had one here, but, you know, of course, that is a very expensive thing to put together.
Even the Romans had some kind of...
The Romans have some good stuff, yeah.
Flexible arm.
It's called a segmentata, yeah.
No, for the whole arm.
The arm piece is called the
arm piece. So interesting. Anachronism.
He's a really great resource for armor-specific questions. He probably knows the most of all of us.
Yeah. But bronze, breastplates, these cuirasses.
Bronze, yep, bronze for most of our period.
It was the most common, or leather and some other stuff?
Probably the most common armor of this time is going to be the spolos, which is not metal, it's leather or linen.
Linen.
Yeah, quilted linen, layered linen of some kind. We don't actually know how they constructed those, but we have thousands of examples of them from art and pottery shards. But, you know, the Greeks didn't think it was interesting enough to write down how they made those. So all of our work on that is speculative, but we think we've got it down to quilted linen, like, you know, medieval gambeson. It's a pretty common way to do that.
For my childhood, I remember I was reading some linen. They were salty water to put it. Many layers.
Yeah, hardens it quite well. Yeah.
So they put them together somehow.
Yeah. It's very effective as armor. It's very effective.
Or there was a description, some Xenophontes, Anabasis, or somewhere. Oh, interesting.
Like here's this is a spolos that's not made out of metal. Yeah. Do you want to tell them about the construction? I'm not an expert in these ones.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, so this is made of leather, sewn together, and of course, you know, dyed with little designs, stuff like that. Pretty much just like any other thorax, I mean, linen stuff. It's just the design they all preferred, with the yoke on top, give you extra padding on top of your shoulders. It's pretty much more. It's much more lighter, but it does trap a lot inside. Luckily, it's not too bad today.
What kind of leather? What kind of leather?
Either a goat or a cow hide.
Probably goat more likely.
Mostly more like a goat for sure.
So if there were paints, they had to have a chemical industry probably, and kind of science. Otherwise, you cannot. You can produce it. And this is
right here. Oh, yes, this little piece here, so I can tie the shoulders onto. I have a little gorgon embossed here, so that for protection against ward off the evil and stuff.
Gargona. Strange, Gargona is most common image in sculpture.
Yes, you want that protection, you know, for the first being in battle and stuff. To scare your enemies away, protecting you. Evil eye.
Squid.
Yeah. I know we're cooking that.
Yeah, Eric brought it. I think he brought two.
Oh, you did?
Yes, it looks authentic.
Yeah.
First time.
Yes, sir. From modern France all the way to the banks of the Danube and Hungary. And it even included the 1 pound of the Western Mediterranean that could challenge the Greeks. Carthage, which was a Phoenician established city in modern Tunisia, North Africa, and had a huge empire. Controlled almost all of Western North Africa, southern Spain, Corsica, Sardinia, and western Sicily. And the Carthaginian army got its power from wealth, trade. Phoenicians were seafarers, master merchants. So they used that wealth to hire, to pay their army. But unlike the Greeks who had citizen militias and the Persians who mass levied troops from all their provinces or satrapies, the Carthaginian army relied heavily on mercenaries and allied troops from their client kingdoms. So these would have been Celts, Italic peoples, other Greeks, as well as like Numidians or Berbers and Libyo-Phoenicians, who were Phoenicians that settled in North Africa but came under the sway of Carthage. They were second-class citizens. So, and we think of it, when we think of Carthage, the Carthaginian army, we automatically think of the war elements, right? Those come later. Those come the Carthaginian army.
All of them fought in
those come later. So those come after when they go to war with Rome. At this point, the Carthaginian army's shock weapon was the chariot, which they picked up from the east with their Phoenician ancestors. So the reason that Carthage could challenge the Greeks was because there was a series of conflicts called the Sicilian Wars, which lasted for 200 years between Carthage and the city-state of Syracuse on the southeastern coast of Sicily.
Very good question.
It's right on the trade.
Okay.
You were talking crisscross eastern Mediterranean to make their way to the western Mediterranean.
Okay.
So they traded goods as far afield as North Africa,
just so I thought the
Levant, and even like in parts of Europe. It was the nexus of trade. It was so wealthy and so powerful that in 415 BC, Athens tried to conquer Syracuse and conquer even more. But Syracuse beat Athens so badly that the Athenians spiraling into losing the Peloponnesian War. But Syracuse had was unique in a transition between democracy and monarchy. So a few years it could be a democratic council, but a few decades later it could be ruled by a king. So, as such, Carthage, they really went to war with each other because some cities in western Sicily appealed to Carthage for help, and Syracuse would get it so meant that the Carthaginians were attacking them that eventually they started attacking Carthaginian territory, and it was a huge back and forth until the Romans got involved, which caused Sicily was to morph into the Punic Wars.
I'll show you in a few
Allows
minutes.
the Romans to gain control of Sicily, Corsica, and Sardinia. And then of course we have Carthage, the second Punic War, which led to Hannibal, his elephants over the Alps.
With a rapid intro.
That's where we get it. And that, as we know, I will speak to the Romans like 3 times, but the Romans surrender. I think you guys will
At a certain point, I think I get to the Navy. You know, so I'm
everyone's like, oh, the Greeks one.
but I mean, really, I'll walk around.
Sailors were like,
And it's hard to reach. Everything is like from.
as I said before, missions were seafaring people. They were.
Yesterday I was a little bit stressful because we got here a little bit later than we wanted. There's just so much work just getting the time getting
Second nature.
It's like the circus.
And then warfare. Maritime warfare at every time ramming and boarding.
No, thank God. We've long since outgrew People have done so
galleys or operating so by both oar and sail. They were strong in the front, but usually
I actually went to his place in Maryland a halfway
so much that you could board them or ram them.
He's going to get to Fort Loudon in
and the octarine.
So updated So
The Greeks, the Athenians are one of the few naval powers. That's all Syracuse. But Carthage is on a whole new level.
Like, now would you be? Would you want to be front and foremost?
Only Carthage the Romans.
I couldn't tell if here was going to be better or worse if it's in the shade. There's no wind. We need like a fan going.
That's what I said. It's not period specific.
Ask him questions.
Hello!
How much are each of these coins worth?
These are Greek coins, so they were called drachma. The smaller ones are called drachma. So, and each city in Greece at this time, because Greece wasn't one unified country, every city was its own thing. They had different pictures. So this one's Corinth. So this is called Pegasus, the flying horse. And on the other side we have Athena, but this one she has a helmet on, tipped back. This one is from Athens, which has an owl. The owl of Athena. That also has Athena, but she's pretty, eh? She's got her hair done back, jewelry on. Then the different ones, so this is a lyre, and different picture on the back. This one has dolphins, so this is from an island, because it's got dolphins around it, but it's slightly bigger. So we had drachma, and they went different, and they're all made of silver, the coins. So they mined them out, made them of silver. They controlled the weight of the silver, so that the value of the coin was controlled. And then they stamped these. So they would heat the blank. They would have just a blank, nothing on either side. They would heat it up, and then they would put it between two impressions and hit it, and then that's what caused these pictures to appear in the books.
These are heavy.
And then these ones, these are later. So this is Greco-Roman. So this is after the Romans had invaded, taken over Greece. So you can see they got much more detail. So they were getting better at making their stamps, and they're much rounder. Like some of these, like this one, they have this lump on the side. There should be another Athenian one. This one. Now this one has bigger lumps. So it was hard to stamp it perfectly. This owl's at the top, this owl's got some space. So because they just did it manually to line it.
So this was used to make that one?
Yeah, something very similar, yeah, would be used to stamp this coin.
Can you produce it here? Huh?
Yeah. Do you want to make a coin?
Sure.
You can choose, you have to choose two of these. One goes on the one side, one on the other.
I like the owl.
And you want the right one? So drop it so the picture's facing up. Doesn't matter which one. Yeah, just drop her in. And then put the blank on top.
One of them.
And then drop that one right and down.
What kind of metal is it? Aluminum, silver?
This is just.
No, I mean that coin.
This is just aluminum, yeah. Right, then you got to hit that as hard as you can. Don't hold back. We have to get around again. These are all silver, pretty much. They did use gold coins at one point, and then they also went to like copper for different values. But let me just tip around.
That's cool.
Super.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but the stamps, it should be very hard metal.
This is
hard steel.
Hard steel, yeah.
It means they had this hard steel in order to have hard steel. There is a need to have a little bit industry, metallurgical.
Yeah.
In order to have a little bit industry, you need to have a little bit science how to do it. But there is no description. It's not part of literature.
No, it's not really written down.
Did not survive.
But they made beautiful swords, which out of iron, which had hardened blades. So they understood. But because little iron rods were used as coins before coins came in. And famously Sparta didn't adopt coinage till quite late. They didn't want people to associate accumulate wealth and associate wealth with coins. So they kept the oblos, they called them, the steel, the iron rods for longer.
Wait, did you play that? Yeah.
This is for felting. So this is wool, like spun wool. And you tear it off into smaller bits. You build it up, and then you wet it, rub it together over the form, and then you can end up with like a sock. Or you see a lot of the guys wearing these felt hats. It's all made the same way.
Technology is still used in Russia for winter boots.
Yeah. I felt socks this morning. They're comfortable.
It's only harder.
The bottom goes hard. If you wear them in the wet, it goes like a hard sole almost. But they're comfortable. You see why people use them as slippers, eh?
No, it's winter boots to walk in snow.
Yeah. We have them in Canada. They line the boots with. It's like, I don't think it's felt anymore, but it's like a felted material. Insulate.
Still in use over centuries.
That's right. It's just the way. Just costs more. And then that's the crater, the big vase. That's what they would have their wine in for their symposium. So they used to water their wine down. Getting drunk in Greek at times was frowned upon. So the wine was watered down with two parts water, 1 part wine around there. They put some other herbs and stuff in it to add some flavors. And then during the symposium, it would be done in a tent like this or just around the fire. You could only get your cup filled once everyone's cup was empty. So that prevented people drinking too much, drinking too fast.
Yeah, no, yeah, pottery is relatively simple technology, could be done manually, but paints, in order to have all different colors, you also need to have industry and science, knowledge how to do it.
That's right. Which ones to mix to give us colours.
And resources, all these materials.
Yeah.
Again, there is no books about it, no text survive.
They didn't see it important to document. It's the same with lots of the clothing. We have to get it from vase art or pictures, statues. None of it was documented. It's a shame.
There is something here right about ancient Rome. They have factories with 500 more laborers which produced all this art. Armor was produced like in modern times.
For them, yeah, because they did the segmentata, where it's just hoops.
Plus they have probably all these water wheels like mills.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Some tools. And in modern research shows that all these lorica segmentatas, metal is better than on medieval armor.
Higher quality.
Yeah, high quality. In order to do it, you need to know how.
But that's right.
It's impossible to do without science.
Well, some of the Greek helmets were made from one piece and formed and drawn round in one piece. The modern ones, they weld them together.
Like modern helmet, like not modern helmets, it's steel helmets. Last century, 20th century. So they stamped from one sheet of metal.
Oh, okay.
No, all these helmets, military helmets of last century.
Yeah.
They stamped it from
just one piece. Hello.
Oh,
how can I help you? I think I know why. You want to make a coin, eh?
Yes.
So we have these 4 stamps. You can choose any 2.
This thing gets out to you very quickly.
So drop one of them in, picture side up, right hand side up. Yep.
Wait, so it's one of the strings.
This one. Right, then you have to hit this as hard as you can. Like, don't be shy, just give it a good, really good smack. I wish I would. As they stick. Right, just tap the top of the wood with the hammer. You have to tap it out.
It's not made.
A bit more. Nearly there.
Thank you.
Well done.
I thought it'd be cool to play rather than the radio for the presentation. If we actually had
No air in here.
Yeah. You need like a horn, like a real, like those, like a chanter.
Yeah,
well,
good to see you
have
again.
the two, like, there was a guy.
So you're going for Fort Loudon in May, right?
Second?
Fort Loudon in May. Everybody
In
is
May, yeah, I might not be there, but most of these people will be in Fort Loudon.
I could learn.
Oh, great. See you later.
Have a good day.
Oh.
So these types of guys.
Great. I gotta say.
Whoa.
Yeah, I took a picture of that.
Look at those helmets.
And the shields.
Need one of those for the New Year's Eve party. Oh, look at that cool yellow lion shield.
Yeah. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah. You like that one? I like this sword.
Uh-huh. Right there, too.
Mm-hmm. Man, a lot of ropes involved with this tent, you know? Here, come on over here. There's lots of different stuff. Look at all their armor over here. Those are two sphinxes. It's like you know, it's you know, sphinx. Well said. You know, head of a person and body of the lion and some wings there. Man, that's a really cool shield, right? I mean, it's got the bronze snake and everything.
A snake shield.
Those types of metal. Hey, it's a lot of these types of cool shields. He is like so wet. And it's like, if you're not used to it, it's hard to breathe. I'm trying to get air in.
I can't even think of
You can't even pick a favorite? No, me neither. It really is crazy. Yeah. We're just wanting to get that. Imagine going to bed, absolutely that thing against you.
Yeah, feel free to come around in here. 3 people of our family.
You can go into the tent. There's
3 shields. I want to
take a picture of that for your
also scorpion shield. Then there should be 4 people.
That is a cool scorpion.
Are you getting a lot of good shots today? A lot of good photos? Good.
In the archaic area,
What do you have with another tent?
We have another tent, yeah, in the back. Yeah.
What's there?
I think there's some people they're just staying inside that tent. That's just where they're sleeping.
as you move from the archaic to the classic one, you get this double-ended spear. And so you notice the spear is a bit longer, it's tapered. This spear, you can't really throw it because of the weighting. If you threw it, it would want to flip around. But the extra length and the counterweight at the end means that you can grip it in a way that's really good for thrusting. Most people think of spears, as like a two-handed, like you're doing this, that. But the reality is you have that shield on one arm, so you only have one hand. And so if you have a single-ended spear like this, and you have to hold it near the balance is more towards the front, and so I've only got this much reach. If I have this spear where it's counterweighted on the other end, now I have that much reach. And then where this really comes into play is when they're fighting the Persians. The Persians have shorter spears with a counterweighted end. But we're told specifically in Herodotus that the Persian spears just aren't as long, and that the Greeks are able to fight better because of their extra reach. The other thing that this does is if you're fighting and there's wounded people on the ground, we have armor pieces where there's a square hole in it that just so happens to be shaped like that, where someone went and got the guy on the ground. The actual name for that piece is the saurator, which, like dinosaur, is terrible lizard. The saurator is the lizard sticker, the lizard killer. So, it's convenient for being able to ground your spear and then have your spear at quick access. But it's also, you can stick it into people.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Patch need water refill?
Actually, yeah, I might grab that real quick. Can you watch the spears for a second?
This was painted inside one of those. It was written on the back.
Oh, Laura, look at this one.
Yeah.
Laura, look at this one.
Probably. It's always older
Close.
How are you?
Welcome to
How long does it take to cook it here?
Fantastic. What do we got cooking on there?
So this is a special treat. It's octopus.
Oh, wow.
The Greeks were really big into seafood.
Right.
Obviously, as they would be, with the Aegean Sea, the islands, all of that. And only the ones living close to the coast where we can get fresh stuff like this. Mostly what they had was dried or smoked, salted and preserved that way, and that would be something that would be part of the field rations for a hoplite. And everyone, when they're told to muster, is told to bring 3 days worth of rations for themselves. Most of that would be barley, and which they would prepare a number of ways. Done here,
Looks like octopus. That is an octopus.
Soak it and roast it. Barley meal, ground barley. Toast that. The main thing is
Also, I'm freaking English and I've just come from an eternal Canadian winter. I'm like, I'm white.
know that they were made at the Catholic house.
Honestly, apple bombing. Apple bombing. I think that's a Celtic tradition.
Do you have another demonstration today?
What's that?
Another demonstration?
Probably like at 3 or 4 even.
Do I have
Hey, how you doing, LT? Pretty good. Oh yeah, just get here?
Yeah. Take some pants down.
That's my favorite color. I got a reference.
I mean, I think we can always walk back to the boats and walk on the boat. You're welcome to join me around. General Pack is currently in Paris. So that's why we're welcoming people into his tent, because he's not here right now. So feel free to look. I'm sorry to let you know, lunch was pretty much picked over by the lower ranks. So there's not much left. Enjoy. You okay? Sorry, this is absolutely. This is my son, so I'm just looking out for him a little bit. David, come and join in a photo. You're exploring around to the front.
So this is late 1700s, right?
Early 1800s, 1850.
Ah, it's Napoleonic times?
Exactly, yep. So
Waterloo.
Just after Waterloo.
Oh, interesting.
It's warm today,
Warm, not hot.
Well, we're down from Canada. This is hot.
What city?
David and I are London, so I don't know if you know.
London?
Yeah, just west of Toronto.
London? On the River Thames, right?
Exactly, yes.
I have a friend of my childhood and classmate from architectural school in Siberia in Russia. They moved there from Calgary.
Oh, do they like it?
Yeah, they like they retired, small town, quiet. So they spent winter somewhere else, like southern Spain.
I bet they like that even more.
Yeah, when I moved here in '96, originally I visited them in Calgary. Stayed there 2.5 months. There was probability to stay in Canada, but I moved here later. Lived in Seattle, visiting Vancouver very frequently. In Vancouver, we had 4 families from the same city, which knew each other. They're still there.
Nice.
Canadian Vancouver from Seattle, 2 hours 40 minutes, and there is American Vancouver to the south, 2 hours 40 minutes. Kind of strange.
Yep.
Captain Vancouver there, so he called both places.
Yeah. We left snowstorms when we left on Wednesday, but
we had I live not very far, close to DC, Washington. 2020. It was below freezing point 2 nights before.
Yep.
And snow several days ago.
Really? In Washington?
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow.
A lot of snow was January, looks like. Snow and rain, and it was icy. 40 centimeters probably. And upper part mixed with water, frozen, was 15 centimeters.
Oh my goodness.
It was very difficult to remove. I used regular shovel spade. In order to remove small piece, it took maybe sometimes 1 hour. To clean driveway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was there for 3 weeks at least. In New York, recently, yeah, it's close to your place. It was a snow, much more, 60 more centimeters. My friends, they sent picture. Cars look like snow hills, completely covered.
Yeah, fortunately, that storm didn't come our way, right? It stayed on the coast.
How is London? How is life there?
It's good. It's good. It was a long. Our first bite of winter was early November, so we're ready for spring. But it's yeah, I like it there.
To my memory, you have military factory there. Which it manufactures infantry vehicles, infantry carriers, infantry carriers for the U.S. U.S.
The light
Army.
armored vehicles. Yeah,
Armored vehicles.
General Dynamics. London, yeah. David, my son David, who's the drummer. He's right now working for a company that's machining parts to go to General Dynamics to go. So it's actually there's one big company, but it's kind of a mini industry there. So.
Well, I saw these vehicles in Seattle, different military historical events. Yeah, manufactured in Canada.
Yeah.
Plus design of all this, it came from either from Europe, Puma or Swiss Puma or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Original design later it was remodeled. Oh, interesting. We are from Siberia. No, Siberia, yeah, it's much cold. Yeah.
I'm just grabbing my mustard. I'll go and talk. Sorry, you were saying?
Siberia is very much similar to Canada, especially north.
Yes.
6 months of snow.
Yeah.
Arctic area, no man's land. Nobody lives there.
Yeah.
Hundreds of kilometers and you cannot meet anybody.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you here. Welcome.
Good, how you doing?
Very well, thanks. Nice to see you. Yeah. Come on in, please.
So we were just figuring out.
Yeah, make me an offer. While the general's away, make me a quick offer. Actually, come back Sunday afternoon and say, I'll take it down for you. That might be enough of an offer. It's a good opening offer. Please, yeah, absolutely.
Not exactly, but
Yeah, this is General Pack's tent.
It's almost, it's an actual
So he's currently in Paris on meetings, so feel free to look around. You know.
yeah, I wouldn't want to intrude.
Yeah, well, that's why it's very convenient that he's aware.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that the
I wonder if we could take.
but not much left.
Yeah, they're like urban locusts.
So, thank you. See you later.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
I've done it in basic. Even if you just want to get a half a put it in there. Don't keep that out. There you go. Let your arm hang loose. You're not trying to fight. Alright. Well done.
Okay, so I think you're third. Okay. Thrust.
It's fun. You get a lot
Cover.
of aggression.
I'm going to give you the whole weight of it here. You got it?
Dad,
Nope. Hold on. Yeah, you got to keep both your hands up. It's pretty heavy. lift this one up a little bit. So let that elbow hang straight. Or you know, thrust. Do it with love. Yeah. You know.
I love you so much.
Thrust. Cover. Well done. Oh wow. Okay.
Unfortunately, Jamestown makes us back my Lego.
So even you are going to have to definitely. You're going to have to help you out. But you're going to get the full. Seems to be having kind of
really nicely.
So, this is an 1855 Springfield reproduction. Just in case anyone freaks out. That was a common thing.
How are you today?
Oh, great.
Mind the ground.
Dehydration. Didn't drink anything yet since 7 a.m. probably.
I think you need to drink something then.
Later. I have full car full of bottles. Later. Interesting. What kind of food was at that time? Similar to modern soups, cereals, hot cereals.
It's a little bit different. Today you have the meals ready to eat in the packets, and in the 1861, you know, we're doing the cooking. I was responsible for the officers' mess. One of the enlisted men was responsible for the enlisted men's mess, and kind of a chili. A spicy stew with some of the local ingredients to Texas, and I'm in the process of washing up the dishes.
Interesting.
20 other jobs. Yeah.
3rd Regiment, where are these reenactors from? Different places?
Mostly from northern and central Virginia.
Because I met some in Arlington, Virginia.
Yeah. We have some folks from Arlington.
For Fort Worth. Fort Worth in
Oh
Arlington.
yeah, we go to Fort Worth often.
Maybe I saw you there. It was last fall event or year before.
We have a program there every December called Christmas in Camp.
I live nearby Fort.
So you should come out in December.
Oh yeah, December.
See us again.
Oh. Yeah, it was Christmas time, right? Oh, thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks for visiting.
You're welcome.
Next question.
It consists of vaccine for in the first place. So requirement in the Army regs to vaccinate all incoming people Absolutely. Welcome to the Industrial Revolution.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is a filmmaker.
Put your mind on there.
And now you can see my face.
Yeah. So what can I do all better?
Awesome, please do.
Maybe we can tag each other or something.
Y'all have at least have some shade. Next to a fire is insane. The things we do for fashion. Exactly.
Hello, sir.
So it's the south, right?
Sorry?
South.
Yes, sir. The Second Corps of the Army of Northern Virginia. Lee's Army. So we're commanded by Stonewall Jackson.
Jackson, yeah, it's what kind of battle? Manassas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep, that's where he got his nickname, Stonewall. Yes, sir. Yep, so
Manassas, Fredericksburg, or
yes.
There is this.
Yes, sir. Yep.
There.
So in December of 1862 was the Battle of Fredericksburg. We are portraying March of 1863. So the battle has concluded. Both sides are kind of sitting across the river from each other. We're just waiting for something to happen. Gettysburg will be in a few months from now. That is in July.
So you're taking part in the reenactments, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
I saw you there probably.
Yep.
Nice.
You can come in our camp. We have our surgeon and field hospital to your right. We have our civilian aid society in the back with a laundress. We have our cooks here in the middle, and we have our ambulance corps here on the side.
I'm from Russia originally, but it was 30 years ago. In old Soviet Union, official, all propaganda, it was state party. They always supported North.
Yes.
Union, North, they were right, the Southern, blah, blah, blah. It strangely changed after 90s. Now, if you read modern Russian books, sci-fi about time travel, Southerns are good, Yankees are bad.
I know the Russians sent 72 ships to aid in the U.S. Pacific Fleet in the blockade of Mexican ports on the west.
Yeah, it was one squadron was San Francisco, another New York, and 2010 something. Russian archives opened some documents.
Really?
Russian observers, officers, they were sent to both armies.
Yes.
The army had Russian observers, and Yankee had Russian observers.
Exactly.
So they received information, real information, in a lifetime from both sides.
Exactly. Where in Russia?
Siberia. Это West Siberia, South, city Novosibirsk, large city. It's 3 scientific centers.
Yep, I know what's
And nuclear power, what's going if information is correct, they practically built this cold fusion reactor, which works for 30 years already, on American money. Secret, non-secret, it was a joint project. Technology exists. You can watch it on Russian TV, how it looks like. But official science, it is impossible.
It is impossible.
So it works here in Novosibirsk Scientific Center. Money is from Silicon Valley somewhere. And rumors are that this new energy was supposed to come in use after 2030, 4 years from now. And energy from space, whatever, here. Free energy plus all this hydra, how to call it? Thermonuclear. Plus something else exists, something else. Yet, and having all these strange wars, it's kind of maybe set up preparation for future changes. Only because Russian fight in Ukraine had not much practical meaning. Like our U.S. operation in Iran has no sense. Except maybe if you look at possible future changes, energy production, something else. Yeah, Novosibirsk city, you can go, you can check online. Saying, yes, science there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You're going for another demonstration, no?
No, not right now.
Yeah, I got it.
Sorry.
Nothing we're doing 13th century, yeah.
Tam to je.
No vidíš, no.
Já mám ráda bublinkovou vodu, ale mám...
They haven't been invented. Yeah, what was I going to say?
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, good. 66, it's after Civil War already.
1 year after Civil War, about 18 months.
Yeah.
Congress passed the Reconstruction Act of 1866, July 28, 1866, to allow us to be. They formed 6 new all-black regiments. Two, the 9th and 10th, where we represent the horse mounted regiment, and then 4 infantry regiments.
Oh, interesting. Oh, nice leather.
Yeah, thank you. Got spurs in it too.
Yeah, it's cavalry. Yeah, cavalry.
Okay, madam, take a picture. I don't know. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Nice looking car.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Where? What? Where's that at? How you doing?
Headquarters.
Yeah. City Point headquarters. Just as it is in the picture.
Good.
No, that's not your job. Wow, Bobby, what do you think about that?
Presbyterian. Yeah, the next stop would be kind of a primitive dark which Jefferson Davis was in the congregation. First came in and gave 2 minutes. And but a quick walk.
The best part about staying on there with the white guy like that. Of course, the very best part. Most of my Confederate buddies were waving back at me and moving their fingers. And they always have the
Confederates controlled Richmond. The Union's up at City Point. And in between, well, the Union didn't want the Confederacy to advance any further. So they put a blockade in the water across the James. James has got a depth of about 12 to 14 feet as an average. It's not very deep, especially if you most of these ships has a 10-foot draft. With the 10-foot draft, and you only got 12 feet, you don't have a lot of room for air.
Not only have
And they had sunken ships.
lost the wharf, you've lost just about everything else below the bluff.
Iron chains running through the ships, and they had mines, water mines there, which they call torpedoes.
idea, since the battle scenes, the trenches look good, had the overall battle look of the thing.
And 2.5, 3 months. They walked
And then like the plane crash.
When they finally walk off the line, James Lewis's little book says there were 49 of us out of the entire battalion. That's more than 800 originally. And out of 40 corporals, he was the only one. So it's quite the story. But this is how the British Army goes to war.
Hi, how are you? So it's British First World War, right?
Yes.
British First World War.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm dressed as a nurse matron in Queen Alexandra's Imperial Military Nurses Service.
Oh.
And the matron would be responsible to aid and instruct the other nurses for the reserves.
And hospitals were in England or in France?
In France. These
France.
during the war, the beginning of the war, in 1914, August. Serving in tents along the troops, trying to stay alive and keep take care of the wounded and the ill.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is before we really get into or gas.